Are you telling me that Bitcoin dumped 15% in a single day? Wow, that's pretty big. But it's not as big as how bright my light looks when I try to film something at night. But I'm going to be, I've gotten a lot of comments and people were wondering because it crashed about a video. So I'm uploading a video. I'm actually a little bit, a little buzzed right now, but hey, I figure why not talk about a few things. In fact, I think there's a lot of things to be talking about. If we look on a weekly chart for Bitcoin, we dumped on a weekly about 15%, but on the daily, most of it happened in a single candle. And I'm seeing people just lose their minds. And I think the bigger thing to me is that the people that seemingly are losing their minds are the accounts with a couple 100,000 followers on Twitter, which, if anything, to me validates that the people that are considered OGs or the people that have a lot of followers on Twitter, keep in mind, guys, they got a couple 100,000 followers on Twitter just because they're tweeting 600 times a day, charts, bullish charts and everything. It doesn't mean they're good at investing. It doesn't mean they have good emotional regulation. It doesn't mean that they're intelligent. It just literally means, this is a good reminder of that actually. It just literally means that those accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers on X, they're not smarter than you. In fact, many of them aren't even richer than you. They're just literally posting 500 tweets a day. Like that's how they got to that following. And my point of saying that is that you look at that big number on their account and you must think, wow, they must be so experienced. They must be so emotionally in touch and have so much control. Wow, my light is very bright when it's this dark. I look pretty bright. But you must think like, oh wow, they're all this. No, like really, they have just as much knowledge as some guy with 10 followers on Twitter. So I want to get that out of the way because I think people falsely equate people with a large amount of followers as being intelligent or savvy or knowledgeable or people that should be listened to. No, absolutely not. I guarantee there's 1,000 people watching this video right now that are more intelligent than every crypto trader with a big account on X or YouTube, including myself, right? Just because you have a follower account doesn't mean you're smart. Just because you have a follower account doesn't mean that you have any idea what's going on. And I think this dump, 15% dump, by the way, for Bitcoin. Did alts go lower? Absolutely. But just because you have a big follower count does not mean you're intelligent. I think that's so important to start off talking right away. And I actually posted a screenshot. I did grab, I got Bitcoin at about 109,000 yesterday. I got some fills from 43 cents to about 29 cents on Cardano. This is a screenshot from that. So I got some entries. Is the price going to go lower from here? Nobody has any idea, right? Currently, Cardano is 63 cents. And I'm happy with grabbing some at like 29, 30, 34 cents and stuff like that. But I'll be honest as well. I was visiting my parents, snacking on some delicious food, and I saw the market was absolutely nuking. So I walked upstairs really quick and sat at my computer for literally 5 minutes, and I just got lucky with the timing and sniped some good entries. Maybe in a week we'll be much lower, considering this is so important. Considering we haven't even come down to the 50-week moving average, which is about $100,000 per Bitcoin. So as I've been saying for weeks as well, we could see it go lower, and that's not even a bad thing. It's just crazy to me seeing so many people panicking. Luckily, actually, surprisingly, also luckily and surprisingly, I didn't get a lot of comments on YouTube of people being like, oh my gosh, where are you? I did get a few, and also on X, which is why I'm making this video right now, when to be honest, I don't want to be making a video. Right? It's the weekend for me. As I said, I'm pretty buzzed right now. I don't want to be sitting in front of my computer making a video, but I'm doing it out of respect. I'm doing it for the squadron. I'm doing it for crypto. And there's at least one person out there that appreciates it. And that's who I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for one of you guys. But anyway, also, I pulled this tweet up and I decided not to X out of it and actually just talk about it in my video anyway before we talk about crypto. You guys realize like this asteroid thing is pretty interesting, right? Or the comet, 3i Atlas. Pretty crazy. I'm not going to spend much more time talking about it in this video considering it's a crypto video, but actually I would be 1,000,000,000% more interested in if people commented about this in my comments because Bitcoin dumped 5%. I do not care at all. Like, I don't think I can think of anything less interesting than talking about Bitcoin dumping 15%, but I'm doing it just because people asked why I'm not posting a video. But this It could just be a comet or it could be aliens. That's way more interesting to me. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, please, for the love of God, I would pray for you. Please leave a comment about this. Way more interesting. But anyway, look at this. The dumbest part of, what does it say? Think the dumbest part of a day like this is how many people say, if you need someone to talk to, just message me. Because apparently from what I'm hearing, a lot of people got liquidated today, right? Absolutely. I lost some small positions. But the thing that's throwing me off, I read a tweet today, and it's probably not real, but I read a tweet today saying that somebody's been building a portfolio for the past couple years and they have up to 30 million, and they lost it all because they had the entire 30 million portfolio in a leverage trade. Guys, one, I don't think that's true, because I don't think a human being can be dumb enough to put their entire net worth in a leverage trade. If you understand anything about the risk of that, which we all do it, but we all trade. We use options or we use other ways to trade. But if you put your entire portfolio into a not even an isolated trade, but a cross margin trade, are you insane? What do you mean? Of course you're going to lose that at some point. This market has always been volatile. And I don't want to rub salt on a wound. And I don't want to be mean about it. But truly, that's why I don't believe that's even true. Because really, how have you not looked at this market and what it does? It's always done this. It's always gone up and down. Something people really like pointing out right now is the fact that this was the largest liquidation event ever. Yes, it was. Not percentage-wise. This is the largest liquidation event ever, and I think people are not clarifying this. It's the largest liquidation event ever because this is the most valuable the entire space has ever been. So naturally, when we get a big dump, for it to be a big dump, it needs to be massive. And that's what we saw, a massive dump. But that's also, there's a silver lining to that. It means that the market is the most valuable that it's ever been. When we see these massive dumps, when Bitcoin is at new all-time highs, it has always been the largest dump we've ever seen because it was the largest market cap we've ever seen at that point. And so naturally, when you get a big dump, it's also the largest dump number-wise, not percentage-wise, but raw number-wise. Yes. So I'm seeing a lot of people freak out about that, and they're justifying, well, yeah, this is definitely the worst thing that's ever happened to crypto because it was the largest dump ever. Not percentage-wise, not even close. Yesterday's daily candle, 15% dump, and then immediately bounced back to just a 6% dump. That is not even close to the biggest dump percentage-wise. And you look at this weekly chart. Guys, are you kidding me? People are such babies. Look at this. This is what everyone is panicking about? Yes, it was a big dump. I'm not saying it's not a big dump, but these people that are losing their marbles because they're new to the space and they don't understand. For example, let's look at this tweet. It says, I think many people are underestimating the fact that almost half of the trading population of crypto, I have no idea where this person got this number, by the way. Did they run a survey or something? They're just making this number up. Half of the trading population of crypto got completely wiped out to zero. I didn't. I lost a couple small positions. I'm sure 99% of the people watching this also didn't completely get wiped out. I think there's a handful of people that are probably going to lie and say they got wiped out because they're grumpy and they just want to exaggerate and be hyperbolic. But no. Did some people absolutely get wiped out? Probably. Statistically, I'm sure some people did. But that happens every time. This is literally nothing new. It says here, half of them will never come back. Same thing happened in May 20. Yeah, I mean, he's literally even saying in his tweet, same thing happened. You're right. That's how I would summarize this. This has happened. The same thing happened a couple years ago. The rest of the tweet, I guess, isn't important. What does this guy say? For what it's worth, I got wrecked May of 2021 and then had my best trading streak ever afterwards. True. I got some pretty good entries that I just showed. I think this is an opportunity, as it always is. There is, however, 30 minutes before Trump's tariff announcement, a whale took a multi-million-dollar short. 1 hour later, crypto saw its largest ever liquidation, about 200 million in profit. What this post is insinuating is that there was some inside trading. Guys, I'm going to blow your mind with this. Ask me, I'll pretend to be someone else. Hey, Tyler, do you think there's insider trading? Yeah. There always has been. There always will be. Not just crypto, every financial market. There's always been insider trading. I can't do anything about it. You can't either. Why are we pretending like this is shocking, right? Yes, there's always insider trading. Of course, always has been. That's why politicians are worth hundreds of millions of dollars and their paychecks are like 200,000 or something. That's how they make millions of dollars. Yes. Why are we pretending like this is interesting? That's always happened. Yeah, largest liquidation event in history. Chart looks like this. Exactly. Why is everyone creaming their pants here? Same thing. Largest liquidation event in crypto. Yeah, I got news for you. There's going to be bigger ones. There's going to be bigger liquidation events. Yes. Then this tweet says 2017 crash was the first trap for retail. Felt disgusting since many promises were made. 2020 was the crash. Black Swan crash. 2022 was FTX. 2025 feels nothing. He's asking why he doesn't feel anything. It didn't even crash to 100K. I got an entry filled at 109K. It's okay. It's not that good, really. I mean, I don't know. 100K would have been better, right? Yeah, same story. Look at all these crashes in previous bull markets. I truly don't get why people, honestly, it's a little disgusting to me that these accounts that are OG accounts and they cry and make these long emotional posts every time Bitcoin dumps. It's like, I get it. This was a big dump, but like, if you don't always expect that this is at least possible, then you shouldn't honestly be doing this. I think we're going much higher before the end of the year. Does this dump change anything? In my opinion, absolutely not. Could this be the top of the market? Sure. I never said that it couldn't not be, right? Or like it couldn't be. Do I think it is? I don't think so at all. This dump was also tied to the 100% tariff on China. Another fake dump, in my opinion. I think a lot of wealthy people and a lot of people with inside knowledge got a lot of cheap crypto during this dump. And I think a lot of people that are native to this space that have spent years doing this got basically boned. But at the same time, that's what this market has always done. There's always been insiders in politics, in government. Whether I don't know if that's who did manipulate the dump. It probably seems like that's probably the usual suspect. But that's exactly what always happens. So I'm sitting there reading my tweets. And I'm like living my life, not like glued to the screen like yesterday and today. And I see these people like panicking, like flipping out. It's like, guys, bro, like I don't have the patience to like do this every single time we get the same. Like we've seen dumps before. We've seen manipulation before. It's nothing new. You don't need me or anybody on YouTube to come on and tell you that every single time. I will. I'll do it. Like I'm doing it right now. But please, just wisen up a little bit. This is what it's been doing. Like this is what it's always done. Currently, we're not anywhere even close to the 50-day moving average or the 50-week moving average, which is 100K. We could go down there. We could absolutely go to 100K, and the bull market could still be at 200K before the end of the year, right? There's so much time left. And we also could be at a top. I don't think we are, but we could be. And you have to be ready for that scenario, always, at all times. And especially for people that are not taking responsibility and blaming other people for that, you're the ones, I guess, that I'm trying to make this video the most for, because you're the ones that need to take responsibility for your own life. Nobody is telling you what you have to do or what you can or can't do. You have to make your decisions. And all I'm telling you is that this is pretty normal. And yeah, yesterday was kind of crazy. I actually, like I said, I did get some good entries. Maybe we'll go lower over the next few days, and my good entries that I have now aren't even good, maybe. You know, who knows? Literally no one knows. But to me, what this really looks like is a shakeout and insider trading, most likely, about this 100% tariff announcement. Quick, very massive. I mean, look at this candle. It's a big candle. I'm not denying that. But it got bought up immediately, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen. When I grabbed my phone and I was eating and I ran upstairs to place some trades, some spot buy positions or some buys, I saw it dropping like very fast and just like the chart was doing this up and up, up and down, up and down. When I saw that, my initial thought was, okay, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for. It doesn't really matter where I buy in, but I should just buy in right now. And I did over a couple minutes, as you saw in the screenshot. Over a couple minutes, I was just putting some trades, bought some Bitcoin, bought some Cardano, some other things on some other exchanges. I was just making some buys. And I thought, okay, like whether or not we go lower, objectively, in my opinion, at the moment, I was thinking, okay, this is a cheap entry. And then literally like 5 minutes later, we were bouncing. Especially with altcoins. Altcoins got nuked at that moment. Bitcoin is like, Bitcoin, as I said, at its very lows, it only went down 15% from all-time highs. So that's not even historically that bad. That's why I think we could see this go even lower over the next week or something. I don't think necessarily the dump is done. It could be done. But I don't think it's necessarily over just yet. And I don't even care. All I'm looking to do is try to, I mean, like I did use, I would say 80% of my free capital yesterday to buy some of this dip. But whenever, when I get more free money to put in, I'm going to be hunting to try and get more entries here. And I still have like, 15, 20% of my capital left that I can try to deploy. Deploying more capital. Okay, I want to be done with this now. I just want to go chill, relax. All right, I'm done.